What's going on YouTube? Today's video is going to be a little bit different from ones I've made in the past. This is going to be a desk build and setup tour. I've made a lot of changes to my setup in the past couple months, and I just want to showcase everything that I've done to make my setup where it is today. I think my setup is the best that it's ever been at this moment. So without further ado, we'll get into the video. All right, what's good everyone? Going to try make an attempt to build this damn desk. So let's see what it's like. So this is the tabletop itself. It's really a countertop for a kitchen, but you know, it's gonna be great for a desk. It's gonna be gigantic. Now I'll do the legs. Oh, I already scuffed it. Great. I don't really know what to do for how far in or out I want to do it. I have no idea, honestly. I'm just kind of fucking freeballing this. I don't know, I'm gonna go look it up real quick. So I found that the cabinets that a lot of people get from IKEA and then use as desk legs are 14.5 inches in, or wide. So I'm gonna make the edge of this at 14.5 inches. So, and then in terms of where we want it lengthwise, really I just need to figure out, just wanna put it in the exact middle. Nope, it's like a fucking inch off. Yeah, holy shit, okay. Okay, I don't know how this happened and I'm stupid, but my phone quit recording, but essentially there are some other IKEA cabinets that people like to, drawers that people will use as the ends of their desks. I see that a lot. Didn't want to do that because it was really expensive, but that is how wide they are. They're 14 inches wide, so I just went 14, made it easy, and then I just did it equidistant in the middle for where we put that position, and that's it. Now the desk is done, but the hardest part probably now is gonna be getting the cardboard out from under it. So let's try to do that. All right, now probably the actual hardest part. I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. There it is. Dude, where, like my CRT is gonna be literally like in the middle of this thing because I gotta get it close. Holy shit. All right, I'm gonna do a time lapse now of me putting together everything. I mean, my cat's already walking all over it. Love that. What's up, bro? What's up, bro, man? What's up? Hey. All right, so here, as you can see, is a keyboard for scale. Like, it's absolutely gigantic. So the video that you just watched was filmed about 2.5 or 3 weeks ago, and as you can see, the setup has changed a lot since then, but it's in a really good place right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a setup tour for you. Starting off, I'm going to talk about the PC build. For my case, I have a Leon Lee 011 full tower case. It's got a ton of space in it, which is really nice. For my motherboard, I have an Asus Prime Z490A. It has an LGA 1200 socket in it, which is pretty outdated, so I do want to upgrade that in the future, but I might just upgrade my whole PC to do that. For my processor, I have an i9 10th gen. For my RAM, I have some Corsair Ripjaws that I believe go up to 4000 megahertz, but I only have 16 gigabytes of that. For my graphics card, I have a GeForce RTX 3080. It's an Asus version, I think. I also have a GTX 970 in here as well, and that runs the analog output to my CRTs, which is really, really nice. Essentially, you want to have analog output because that gives you the least amount of latency possible. If you use an adapter to hook it up to your main monitor, then you're going to get more latency because it has to go from digital to analog. Having a 970 allows me to output analog signals so I can get the least amount of latency possible. Besides that, I have 9 fans in here as well as a Corsair liquid cooler. It's got 2 fans up here on the radiator. The thermals are really nice in this. I've had no complaints with that and no overheating issues. So I do really like this case, but I think in the future I'll probably go for something a little bit smaller just because this is pretty big. Moving on to the star of the show, you can see that I have two CRT monitors from both my main and my secondary monitor. My primary monitor is a Sony CPD G400, and it is one of the best 19-inch CRTs that you can get. It has a really high horizontal frequency, which is what decides how high of a refresh rate you can get at which resolution. So it has a really good picture and a really high refresh rate. At the moment, I'm running 1100 by 825 at 120 Hertz, but then I've maximized the resolution to 1280 by 960. At those settings, the monitor looks incredibly smooth and sharp, and I cannot be happier with this purchase. I got super duper lucky and found this on Facebook Marketplace locally for a good price. It's really hard to even find these on eBay, so I can't believe that I got so lucky, honestly. My secondary monitor is a Dell M782. It's a pretty good 17-inch monitor that I used as my primary monitor for a pretty long time until switching over to the Sony. It's not bad for a CRT. It can get upwards of 144 Hertz at lower resolutions, but the Sony is much better than the Dell. In terms of the monitors, I'll definitely be making a video in the future where I go over the ins and outs of using a CRT in 2024, so definitely keep an eye out for that video in the future. Moving on to peripherals, I'll start off by talking about my keyboard. This is a Wooting 60HE Plus and an Epomaker MiniCat 64. If you've ever seen the MiniCat 64 before, then you know that it's not meant for regular 60% boards. They actually have their own layout that goes with that keyboard. Because of that, I had to do a bunch of tinkering and modding with this keyboard in order to make it work with the Wooting, but I was able to figure it out, and I think it looks really great. For the keycaps, I have some Wamier clear keycaps. I went with a whole clear look so that I can change the color completely of my keyboard whenever I want to. I'm not worried about the color of my keyboard clashing with anything else on my setup. Moving on to my mouse, this is the OP1 8K. I do switch out my mice quite a bit. If you look over there, I have a WL Mouse Beastex Mini. I use that for a little bit as well, but I wanted to go back to the wired OP1 8K just because this is one of the best mice of all time and I really enjoy using it. My mouse pad is an Aqua Control Pro Mid that I got made by X-Ray Pad with a custom image on it. It's got one of my favorite paintings of all time on it, and I think it looks great on the setup. Moving on to my audio setup, I'm not really much of an audiophile, so I don't care too much about the audio setup. So I really just have a USB Fi-Fine gaming microphone. It works great with the filters that I have on it, and it really blocks out a lot of the outer noise. My headphones are Koss Porta Pros. These sound incredible, and I really like the fact that they go on top of my ears and not over them because I do wear glasses. And a lot of times over-ear headphones will really make my head hurt after long gaming sessions. I really can't recommend these enough. They're super cheap and you can find them on Amazon, so give them a try if you are looking for some more headphones. I don't have a USB DAC amp combo like a lot of people do. I really just plug in my headphones directly to my microphone. That is something that I want to change though, because I know a lot of people have told me that you can get a lot of great things out of getting a USB DAC amp, so I will definitely be looking at one of those in the future to add to the setup. At the moment, I don't have the best camera for filming my hand cam as well as my reviews. I usually do all my reviews on my phone, but I do want to upgrade my camera on my setup so that I can do my reviews and have my hand cam on the same camera. Right now I just have the Logitech Stream Cam and it looks okay. It does have 60 FPS video, but honestly for doing actual reviews blown up on a big screen, I really don't think that this is the move. So that's another upgrade that will happen in the future so that I don't have to worry about switching cameras to do my reviews or streams or whatever it is that I want to do. I'm definitely going to have one camera that does everything. It might be an old iPhone camera, it might be a DSLR, not really sure yet, but that'll be an upgrade in the future. Finally, just going over some extras of the setup, the two light bulbs that I have here are from GE. They are smart bulbs, so I can change them with my phone. I can change the warmth of the light, the brightness, and all that. Those are super helpful to have on your setup if you are like a reviewer or a streamer or something, just because it makes the lighting look really good on all of your videos so that everybody can see what it is that you're looking at. So I highly recommend getting something like that for your desk. Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for the setup build and setup tour. This is the first video like this that I've done. I usually do reviews like you see on my channel. So if you do like this, let me know and I will make other ones in the future. I'll definitely make a video soon about what it's like to use a CRT in 2024 and the pros and cons of using them as opposed to a more modern monitor. In addition to that, I will get back to making reviews. I've just been taking time setting all of this up and figuring some stuff out with my camera setup and things of that nature. So I will get back to doing that with the G-Wolves HTR. So look out for that in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Hey, we can fuck little mama, I can't lip lock. She spend 100 on some new socks.